3, 2, 1, go.
We're number 6 now, right? Yes. All right, everyone. Welcome. This is our 6th podcast, Nimcast number 6. This time we have a special guest, but we'll start with all the current guests first. To my left is, to the far left is Marbels.
Yeah, I'm far left.
Well, you're not that far left. And then it's TGP.
Not that far left.
Okay, and then I'm Nivius. I'm not left at all. Welcome to our podcast.
Nice.
All right, but our newest guest is Otaks. Some of you guys have probably known him from his low star rarity heroes and other absurd ideas. Welcome, Otaks.
Hi there.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. Pretty good. Pretty cool to be on stream, you know.
We're not on stream.
Oh, pretty good to be in a podcast.
We're off the stream.
Podcast is technically a stream when you think about it.
We're streaming to your guys.
No, it's all staying in.
Yeah.
Start blushing.
Okay. All right, Otaks. You got a couple things to explain right off the bat. Number one, what is with your display picture? What's with your avatar? Did you see Alphonse in this kind of way?
Yeah, like I saw Alphonse smile, like, and then I don't know, it just I asked my Discord. I was all like, "Hey guys, is it just me, or does Alphonse look like the hit or miss girl when he smiles?" And then they were all like, "It's just you." And then like I posted a picture of it, like I just cropped them both together, and then they saw it, and then it's just become a meme.
I didn't even know that was Alphonse. What the fuck?
I've never, like, if you were to just tell me, I would have never known. But now that I see it, I can't unsee it.
I mean, I made a YouTube post. Here, let me get the comparison for you so you can see it in the Discord.
Yeah, I know. I saw that stupid picture. You're like, you posted it on Twitter,
no.
and you're like, now you can't unsee it.
Shit!
I know.
Oh no!
I told you, dude. He looks exactly like her. It's great.
God damn it! It looks too good.
There are no hit rates in FEH, so I guess he never misses. Oh.
He never misses.
He never does.
Oh no.
You know, for me, the biggest things about your avatar doesn't look anything like you, and your last avatar either. What was your last avatar? The guy with the glasses.
Oh yeah. Someone drew that for me. Well, see, that's when I had like my hair goes through phases. Like I cut it short, and then I let it grow long, and then I cut it short again. So.
You were bald?
I don't think he was bald. It's like a little tuft of hair. I don't know why they drew me like that, but that's how I was portrayed.
All right, goddamn.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, but the biggest thing I want to ask you about is what is with these low merge heroes? Oh no, not the one before that with the glasses.
Oh, you mean the one like my very first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lewin from Fates, the best character in the game.
That's Loot.
Not Lewin, Lloyd.
Oh, okay.
The prisoner. Do you might know him
it.
from DLC maps, or they go like they talk like when you recruit Kana, lard butt. Like they call Kana lard butt or lizard face or whatever, and they want to keep her they want to keep your daughter as a pet.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that guy. Ooh.
Well, I'll put the picture up real quick. But yeah. Oh wait, you already have it. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Anyways, the biggest question, of course, is what's with the low rarity heroes? Why did you do that? Like every normal person in this game up their heroes immediately. You're the only one who kept them as low star heroes, and then you made content from them. And I was always kicking myself, like, wow, that's so smart.
Okay, I wasn't big brained at first. Like I actually promoted my Hannah. I promoted my Felicia. Like to be completely honest, like I don't really like Virion that much. And that's kind of the reason why he stayed at 1 star. And then just one day, like I just had a revelation. It's like, what if I put all these like really good skills on this unit? So then that's what I did, and then from there, like I just kept adding. I saw how many 1 stars I had still, and from there, that's just what happened. That's all that happened.
And then this just became a thing. So how many 1-star heroes do you have now?
I still have 2 aside from the 4 that I have built up. I have Virion. I regret that I don't have Olivia and Felicia anymore, but I have Virion. I have Riss, Donald, Sophia, which she just got a refine, and she looks amazing as a 1-star with her refine.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones I still haven't built are Stall and Tsubaki. They're coming up there, but they're not built yet. And then of course you know my 2-stars, which is just Alphonse and Narshin.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest question,
Yeah.
like I always get though, is just like, where do you get 1-stars? Where do you get 2-stars? And
People
you know,
forget.
yeah, people forget. Like, well, unfortunately, like you
That
can't
existed?
yeah, you can't get them anymore. Like if you started the game post, I think 2.0, I think they gave you 4-stars after 2.0.
Wait, what?
I didn't even know they removed that.
Yeah, if you start a new game now, you get a 4-star Asker Trio.
What?
And yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
You mean to tell me I wasted feathers? God damn it!
I know, right?
That's so shitty.
I'm not sure you can get the 1-stars anymore. I think you still can. I see the map still come up,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you can get 1-stars anymore.
Jesus.
And for the Narshin, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but he was like a gift for some reason.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
people
yeah.
voted for him.
Yes,
I remember
like
that one.
that.
Yes, the 4th White Wing.
That was super awkward. I just appreciate that. Wait, no, I think I sent that one home. Oh,
you
crap.
sent
Dummy.
2-star home.
Yeah, I sent him home, I think. I'm pretty sure I did, because it was like, wow, this is useless. It's taking up barrack space.
But that was free Lancebreaker 3, back when Lancebreaker 3 was hard to get.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But still, it was like, you had to upgrade him, and feathers were more valuable back then.
But yeah, so like for you, like I didn't plan it, Nim. It's like you talk like you praise me like I planned it from the very beginning, but I didn't.
Well, you should pretend you did, because that was so big brain. The biggest thing is, of course, you know... Okay, well, speaking on that subject, why did IS never go anywhere with 1 and 2 stars? That was... Like, it doesn't make sense.
Like they just left it. It just became like a forgotten feature, like kind of like the movies, you know. It's like
What movies?
I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember, but like we had movies for like the summoning sessions, like Robin,
Oh, yeah.
Marth.
Yeah, for the original 5
Lucia.
stars.
Yeah, for the original 5 stars, we got.
But that made
movies for
sense.
them.
That made sense. It took too much data overall.
Yeah, they said that, so it was like, yeah, we can't do that.
I mean,
Although
I
I
guess
wish they really did.
I guess they like never saw anyone using 1 stars ever or 2 stars. So aside from me, I guess they forgot about the outliers out there.
I do feel like they could have gave away like some 1 and
Exactly.
2 star heroes.
Exactly.
And like for something farmable, where it's like you can just farm yourself up like a bunch of copies of like some really lame units or whatever.
mean,
but
yeah,
they'll
that would be
have
fun,
decent
too.
skills, and it's like, okay, so that's something you can honestly farm for, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they really should
like
do
that.
that. They really should do that. Like yeah, they still have the like today's map is the Donald map. It's still like it shows up right here.
Oh, wait, you shouldn't have said that. Now everyone's gonna figure out which day it was done on. All right,
But yeah, I don't know if you can get a 1 star, but there's the Donald maps here.
No, you can't,
Just-
can't you? It was you get a 1
Yeah,
and 2 star
Everyone,
version.
everyone keeps telling me that they only get 2 or 3 star now, or something like that.
Oh, what the heck? That's so weird.
But I don't know.
I think I remember a while ago somebody said that the rarest unit is the 1 star. What is his name? The red armor.
Red armor.
the 1 star
I think
draw.
Drog?
I think
don't
somebody
you can
said he
get-
was
I
the
think-
rarest one.
Wait, how do you get a
can
1
get
star
a-
draw?
I've never seen Drog. Like I
1
think
or 2 star.
Like I remember the 1 stars were the ones that I don't have that I promoted or I sent home are Felicia, Olivia, Gunter, and Cecilia.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Those are the only ones that I'm missing. But I never knew you could get Drog unless like there was an event I might have missed.
Or might have been like Japanese only.
Yeah, I
or
don't
something.
remember that one.
Yeah, I don't remember
Maybe.
that.
Oh, you would send Cecilia home. Why you gotta send the good ones home?
I know. No, I didn't send them home. I promoted because I actually like them. So
Oh, that's the issue.
because I'm a Fates / Awakening guy. So.
Oh no. Oh no, you're the reason why FEH is going downhill.
I mean, to be okay. I've only played Like I read all the lore, okay, guys. So like I'm caught up with most of the stories except for like genealogy.
Oh god.
But like I've played all the handheld ones at least. Like well, that were released in the US. So that would be Sacred Stones,
Yes.
Shadow Dragon, and all the Fates games. And
What?
Awakening, Fates and Awakening.
Hey, you forgot something.
What's that?
You forgot the one with Lynn, Hector. Which one is that again? Do you remember?
But those weren't released.
That's
in...
Fire Emblem 1 for America.
Yeah, for America.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Guess I missed that one.
Oh. Big fan.
Yeah, I haven't played that one. Big fan. Yeah, everyone calls me that because like I tell them like I read the lore, like I go on Wiki and I just read it for myself.
No, man.
You should probably go play that game. After
Yes,
this
you should.
podcast.
But I'm just messing with you because I get called that too. So I understand.
It's okay. None of you guys are real fans until you play Thracia 776.
No, you're a real pirate.
No. You're a real
Fuck
fan
you,
when
I'm an
you
American.
you're a real fan when you buy the Japanese version of Fate so you can pet your waifus.
Oh, I actually kind of wanted to do
boy.
that, but
So I looked it up, and there's not very much info about it, but apparently, and this is a post from 2 years ago, it was a quest in Paralog 3-2. You beat it with a swordsman and you get a free draw.
oh my god.
Is it a 1-star though?
It didn't say though. It didn't say what it is, but I can only assume it's either 1 or 2. And it says 2 stars, so actually, yeah, it says right here you can get a 2-star draw.
Oh wow, you're right then. Jeez.
I might have missed it. Like maybe like I'm
pretty
too
sure we
lazy to
weren't-
do quests.
Pretty sure we weren't told about it because I was on top of everything the entire time too. And I don't remember that.
Or maybe we didn't and just completely forgot about it.
I wouldn't remember a 2-star draw. That's so peculiar.
I don't know. You're probably thinking, it's just a 2-star. Send home.
Oh yeah, Lissa's a 1-star too. I don't have her anymore.
Wait, who?
I'm pretty sure there was a 1-star Lissa as well.
Oh,
in the
what?
daily quest, in the daily rotation.
Yep.
All right. It really okay. So here's the thing about 1 and 2 stars. I really thought this game would be like other games where you had like a free-to-play summon, right? Where you use friend points. In FGO, it's friend points. In other games, in like Langrisser, it's daily summoning tickets, and you can get like 1 and 2 star. I mean, low rarity heroes. I really thought it was like a lost opportunity for this game to not do that because this game is not very free-to-play friendly. I mean, people will argue this point, but I'm just saying like to get heroes in this game, you legitimately. Outside of GHP Tempest Trials anyways, you have to summon. That's the only way now.
That's true.
You don't say that.
I mean, they do give us free summons though.
Yeah, but
Not a lot of games give us free summons.
The real problem is the fact that you have to get them 11 times.
Yeah.
Not that you have to get 1 copy. Even though sometimes
Yeah,
getting 1 copy can suck $300 out of you.
And
Or
also
more.
in other games, they don't give you free summons, they give you summoning tickets. So you can do any banner you want, which makes more sense to me because I don't care you give me 1 free summon on like, the Blazing Light banner and like, oh okay, I just got 1 hero from that. If you can give me summoning tickets, like wow, if I save up long enough, I can actually have a decent chance of getting 1
that's
hero
true.
significantly. Yeah, you get the point. Like it's just
Yeah, I see you.
Here's another thing too. Sure, you can get 11. What if you don't get the right IVs?
it's better
I
now.
mean, they made it a little easy. Yeah.
They definitely made it easier, but before it's like,
Oh yeah,
ooh,
like
after you get
almost
that
at,
1
like
bad
a plus.
minus. Or
Jesus,
the
Marbels.
bad plus. Like you just never got that good plus that you wanted. And you're just like, well, guess
I mean,
I'll do
I was
this.
that way for a while with my plus 10 Sword Heart. Like he used to be minus HP, which was a super bane,
Wait a second.
and like minus speed would have been the best, of course.
Did you
plus
get
attack.
screwed over here for that? Did you switch his IVs at like plus 10 because you were like, well,
No,
the super
no,
bait
no.
sucks?
No, I was waiting to summon another one. I was
Okay.
waiting for another banner, but then I got the news. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Because the worst cases I've heard where people go like, I love this hero so much, but I've gotten them 11 times now. I don't have the right IVs. And then they
Switch it.
They switch it on the 12th merge. So you literally, and then they already have the proper super boon, but they don't have the proper super bane. I mean, they don't have the proper bane, and they literally got screwed over. That's the saddest thing.
Damn. Yeah, I feel you.
Does the merge update actually make up for the super band?
Marbles.
Yeah, the merge update takes off like all the Banes, like even super Banes. Like that's what my Reinhardt had. Like he was minus 4 HP. So
I thought only did Banes. Okay. Or I'm sorry, flaws.
Yeah, they call it flaws. Nobody in the community calls
flaws
it
and assets.
But like in the main series games, they call it boons and banes. Like,
well, here's the thing. If it isn't clear yet, I'm pretty sure Fire Emblem Heroes is ran by fake fans, like you. I'm just kidding.
Fake fan. I mean, probably. Who knows? You know. Like I wouldn't doubt it. Like with the way they treat the stories and stuff. Like I wouldn't doubt it.
Real quick, because that goes into one of our topics. I want to talk about the forging bonds in Grand Conquest story, and the reason why it's just mostly from the fact that, hey, you know, we have like the story element to this game, right? It's supposed to be a story element, but they insist on focusing on the characters that they made, on Alphonse, Sharina, and Anna, and then whichever heroes come out from the books. And the problem with that is they don't go too far with it. Right? They only, like, in most stories, it's the first chapter and last chapter that has the bulk of the story in it, and they don't spend too much time going on the heroes themselves. But then whenever they're forced to talk about something else, like from Forging Bonds and GC, you get these sometimes good, but mostly strange moments, right? So let's start with the Grand Conquest story. And which one of you guys played the teleseries?
I mean, like I said, I've read the lore, so.
So you know then?
Yeah.
A bit of both. Mostly lore, but I did play 9. 10, I didn't play 10.
See, the main problem with the Forging Bonds and Grand Conquest and Tempest Trials, like their stories are just so short and abrupt. Like we don't get any cutscenes. Like all we get is just like some dialogue in the beginning and then some dialogue at the end. And in Forging Bonds, we get like a few here and there, but we have to grind for it.
Yeah.
Like I wish like other gacha games like Brave Frontier, FGO, all those games. I mean Brave Frontier's dead now. But I liked it. When it was,
people still tell me about it.
People still play it, but like it's not as crazy as it used to be. But anyway, like when you play a map, like they like give you a little cutscene every map you play. You know what I mean? And I think I would prefer that style over like this whole grinding thing. Like if they gave us like a title to, I mean, like if you go to the event recaps, they do give you titles, I guess. But like it would be cool if they give us the title of the story that they're telling, and then from there, you know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of small things you can add to this game that would just add to the depth of the game. But the point I was getting across was like when Grand Conquest started, everyone got one line, and it didn't make sense because you had the Black Knight.
Burger King's line?
What?
I was just about to say, what the hell is up with Burger King's line?
Yeah.
Bro, why am I here? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one to truly care about the lore too much. If it's good, it's good. I'll appreciate it. But if it's like okay, fine, whatever. But when you make like a really bad mistake, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And then it really sticks out like that. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Like, oh no.
Because the point I was getting to, yeah.
They do some really nice stuff like with this current Forging Bonds. I do kind of feel like they should just like start writing supports for characters, because like you basically have the main thing is basically an Eden and blue support. And it's like it's actually really cute, and I think they could do more like that, but like write it into like a support, whereas like this is their support if you like ally support them with each other or something like that. Like I think that'd be really cute, and then they can just expand upon that instead of doing Forging Bonds.
I mean, like one of the things that other gacha games do as well is that they let you use the unit that the story's revolving around.
Oh yeah.
Like I know, like okay, maybe giving us a free unit, like being able to grind that unit is a little too much, but at least like maybe let us use it for like the duration of the story or something. Like that would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Right, like
Imagine-
Like so that we can, you know, we can get a taste of what they do and like how strong they are or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love
Imagine this main story had the chapter where Yogurt shows up and she's like the field unit in the final battle against Surtur or some shit like that.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
things like that. Where you get to control a temporary unit. Or they can beat other phase. Where the fuck is the other phase in this game, by the way?
I mean, IS could argue like they gave us like the whole Grandmaster or whatever thing, but like,
no, I hate that argument.
yeah, I don't like it either.
But what I was trying to get to was like the fact that the Black Knight and Dane, and then you had. All right, so the way I saw it, how it should have been was you had Micaiah, all right, representing Dane. You had Sonic representing Banyan, and then you had Elincia representing Crimea, and then you would have truly had, you know, 3 sides and this entire argument of like, oh, we're gonna have these mock battles to improve our relationships with the other countries. Then that would have made a lot more sense. But then you just drop the Black Knight in there, and
He dropped him in.
and not just dropping him in, and he was like, why am I even alive? Right?
Yeah. and the thing that's like really confusing is he's for Dan. Not only is he works for Dan, but he was like essentially Micaiah's guardian.
Exactly.
So to see him go against her is kind of weird. And then this is spoiler, but
wait.
he is also. Oh wait.
Count to
should I mention or
5.
should not?
Count to 5. Give people a
All right.
chance.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He is also Zelgius, the guy from Minion, who's also on Sonicy's side. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this makes
So
no
confused.
sense.
He's on both sides. He's the mediator, I guess.
He's the
border.
mediator as he beats the shit out of both of them. God damn. Let's be real. If it was an actual battle and you had the Black Knight versus, and Black Knight was involved, Micaiah was involved, Sonic was involved, who comes out on top? So easy.
Well, yeah, Black Knight.
Black Knight, easy. That's why this
His
drives
armor
me
is
nuts.
blessed by the goddess, dude.
Also, the fact he's an actual general. So, whoopsies.
Oh,
But
wait,
yeah,
that was you that time.
it's like they didn't really. Yeah, like Lim says, they don't even explain why he's there. He's just like, why am I here?
That's like the worst
at
kind of
least, like-
writing. You don't
Yeah,
even
at
know
least,
what
like,
how
in
to-
Tempest Trials. It's like, oh, the chaos brought Ike's dad back. Grail's alive because the chaos.
Speaking
The
of that
whole
one,
rip time and space or whatever.
that one is so inconsistent because he's like, Grail's like, I'm not actually your father. I'm just a representative of this Tempest. And then everybody else, and it's like, and he's like, your real father is somewhere else. But then in every other Tempest trial, like the parents come back and whatever, and they're like, oh, son, daughter, I'm so proud of you and all that shit. It's like, wait, so all of these are the exact same, are the actual parents, and they know that for the fact.
Yeah,
but
I'm
Grail,
confused about that part too. Like I remember there's like a few comics that poke fun of it, like where we summon these heroes in their timeline where they're like busy fighting a war, and they're like, what the hell? Like I was busy fighting my own war, and you just summoned me here to fight your war. It's like, what the heck? But like, if it's going by Grail's logic, like maybe we summoned like an alternate dimension war or something. I don't know. Like from a different universe or whatever. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I'm so confused. I don't know what the actual story is going on. Like, I assure you, like the only reason Faye is still alive is because like it's still fun to build units and still fun to pull units. I'm pretty sure no one actually plays for the story.
here's the funny part, right? We have, okay, going back to that, actually, nobody plays for the story. That is a huge mistake. Huge, absolute huge. I was talking about this earlier in my news video, how we could literally have anything happen in FEH and it would be fine. Like all the fandoms, fanfics that we've ever gotten, they could be real in this game.
Oh god.
Yeah. And they could explain it away simply as like, oh, these are different alternative universe characters. And obviously FEH is its own universe as well.
It's crazy because they already do that. They have alternate versions of like the main cast of the OCs and stuff. So it's like they really could just fanfiction the fuck out of everything.
Well, how do they explain it in all these other summoning games where you summon heroes from like different worlds within that specific franchise or whatever?
Other games, I'm pretty sure in other games, like in Fate Grand Order, it's just they're from a different period. Like, okay, in FGO, it's from all the different alternate universes. And when you signed up for this contract, you can be now therefore summoned, and you're doing this for like for that potential of a wish from the Grail. So that makes sense. Like, it literally goes into alternate universes.
Yeah, see, at least that one you can follow.
Yeah, also timelines.
Timelines, yeah.
Like, FEH doesn't say it's timelines, they just say... I don't know what... I don't, like, see, that's what I'm saying, like, what do they even say?
I think
like, I hear so many mixed things, like, they're from other universes, or, like, they're from the original universe. Like, like, Marth is the actual hero king that we pulled from his universe.
Yeah.
Like, he was busy fighting his war, but we interrupted him.
Yeah, I think most of the time they'll take them from, like, probably after they die, and then they'll summon them back in, like, their peak form or something. Like, when you summon Sigurd and Arvis, like, they have conversations about things that happened, like, you know, at the end of Sigurd's chapters. So, and then, you know, I think Seliph is also, like, his endgame version, because he does have the trapping and all that stuff, so it's like... It seems something like that.
And
when they pull people
I wish they would just make that canon then, you know, if that's the case. Like, they would just explain, like, if they could just explain it that way. But it's kind of too late now.
There's inconsistency.
Well, it's because they've been inconsistent with it, but they should probably clear it up at some point. They might do it with Book 3, considering that they have to summon units to, like, Hell's Domain already. It's like, I mean, it's technically the Afterlife, but it's still, like, you know, how Hell runs their domain, and it's just on Akira. So I think they could clear things up a little bit.
Okay, but there's an inconsistency.
I remember laughing at one of Nim's streams, is
what?
Like, not how curses work.
Yeah, that's not how curses work. Come on.
His dad just
It's not how
like, okay.
curses work.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, but what I was trying to get to was, like, there's a huge inconsistency, and you saw it in the prologue with Hector. Because the Hector we got, the one who, like, talks about, you know, Roy and Lilna, he fully realizes that in his timeline he's dead. But here's the thing, he's the young form. So how does that work?
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I don't know. The same way you summon Surtur, and it's literally the same Surtur you just killed.
Yeah.
He was sent to Hell, and then you just summon him out of Hell.
Yeah, so I guess... Yeah, even... See, that's the thing. Like, some heroes, they say, yeah, Marth is from the actual Marth, that... No, I'm still busy fighting my own war. Why did you summon me here?
Yeah.
And then, like, we have Brave Veronica, and she's like, I'm Veronica, but I'm different from the one you know. It's like, wait.
And then you have Hector, who's literally from alternate universe. His life has passed, but he comes back into prime form.
Exactly. Like, it's just confusing. Like, I wish they would just stick to one thing.
Yeah, and it's like, well, some people died in their prime form. Again, like Sigurd.
Wait a second, that's a spoiler.
You know, Arden was always form.
Ha.
Alright, but you know what? I honestly think it's not that big of a deal. They don't have to explain it. They just have to do something with it.
Exactly. Like I said, like, the game's still good. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, okay. So the topic of, like, is this game dying? Like, I don't know if you already covered that.
No, we haven't.
It's a never-ending story.
I want to hear your guys'. I want to hear your guys' opinion on that.
If we're talking year 1 to year 2, the game has lost a lot of players, has a lot of revenue. I mean, it's in their reports. They fully admit this stuff. And now the game's on a PR run, right? At this point, they're like, oh hey, yeah, we kind of gotta earn back some trust with the public relations. Like, that's why the devs are going out and talking to these news outlets, and like, problem is,
are you sure? I mean, at the moment, as far as Play Store rankings go, they are number 4 with 3.2 mil revenue and 47,000 downloads. They are just behind the big 3, which is Dokkan, Fate Grand, and Epic 7. Grand Blue's not in there because Grand Blue's in the Play Store, so technically it's top 5, but they're definitely doing way better than most other games. Like, they're still a top 5, top 10 game. So to say they're dying is kind of silly.
No. As
for the quality of the game, that can be debated.
No, what I was saying is from year 1 to compared to year 2, it's not even up for debate. They had more players year 1, year 1.5, and more revenue year 1, year 1.5 versus now. That's not even up for debate. That's literally in what their reports, their financial reports.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, time does go by, people lose interest, and money won't be spent.
Here's the thing.
It fluctuates.
The argument, therefore, would be like, how did people lose interest? And because they've had so many missteps.
Well, see, for most of the people that I know who've quit the game, it's because like they just had awful luck on one banner, and they just saw it as unhealthy because like they spend money and stuff.
And there
like
you
that.
go.
And that's basically it. But like I was saying, like if you play the game casually and you just enjoy it for what it is, like from my point of view, from what I think, honestly, I think IS is just, you know, playing the long game. Like they're just waiting out. They're holding back the like they have all this. They clearly have these ideas. They just haven't.
Okay.
What?
What you're saying?
I can see that.
The problem with all of that is this. You're saying they're playing the long game. They're going to lose a lot of people to even get into the long game. But here's the thing. What you just said was they quit because they didn't get the heroes they wanted. Well, then that's the problem with this game. Everything comes back to getting the heroes you want. Everything's tied to summoning, right? You want to build your hero?
I mean, I could argue like I tried to play FGO. I rerolled like 12 times and I didn't get any 5. Like you can obviously debate like, well, you don't need 5 stars for the story, but like 5 stars have such like way prettier art than the other rarity units. Okay, like you can't argue that in FGO.
Yeah, sure.
But like that's the point. Like I got no 5 stars. I rerolled 12 times, then I just gave up. I was like, okay, I don't want to touch this game.
But that's your issue because you didn't go into what makes FGO good, and that's its story. It's a narrative-driven game.
But the problem is most people when they hop into Gachas, they're looking for. If they're hopping into a familiar franchise, like if I'm hopping into FGO, I'm looking for like whatever specific version of Saber that I like, probably the one from Fate Zero or whatever. So people are jumping into these games looking for specific characters to start out with, or they're just gonna start with nothing and they're gonna try to play naturally. Either one or two things happens. But either they don't get that unit and then they decide to quit, or they don't get that unit and then they start spending money until they get burned hard enough from not getting that character and still quit. Both outcomes still have a very detrimental result, despite the fact that the thing that is attractive for like FGO and Grand Blue is their story, not so much the characters, like the game itself.
Then why would you believe that? Because then most people who play the game, like when you watch Fate Zero, when you play the Fate Stay Night visual novel, and the game FGO is in the same vein as the visual novel, even though you don't have as many choices, but the way it's presented, the way it's formatted is the same thing as the visual novel. You're in there for the story at that point. So even if you don't get the heroes you want, you could keep re-rolling, but if you give up on re-rolling, you just play the game itself, you would still find it relatively enjoyable. The entire point is...
Well, if you're 100% onto the story, then you'll probably do what my buddy does, and he just, like, reads everything. Like, he doesn't even have the game on his phone.
Wait, I don't think people would actually do that. Why would they do that?
Because they're not interested in the game, they're interested in the story. If they're 100% looking for the story, then that's all they're going to take from it.
No, you don't get the story presented as well as it is in the game just by reading the text. It's the entire thing coming together that makes it good. You're basically just saying the visual novel style doesn't go with people, even though that's not the case.
Well, I'm not a super huge Fate fan, so I couldn't really tell you, but that's what he does.
Okay.
That said, you know, it's gonna be like this with other gacha games. Like the ones that usually start ranking high, usually off of just being, I think out of the top 10 for revenue last month, I think. Let's see, which one? Like, oh, okay, Azure Lane. You know how generous that game is? Like. Ridiculous. A base 7%, and people think like, and this is a top 10 game now, not counting Grand Blue because it's not on the list.
Yeah,
but it's a top 10 game now. That game blew up, dude. Like that.
I know. I play the game.
Yeah, it's really easy to get well, not 5, like super rares and epics or whatever in that game.
It's easy to get what you want and have an extremely casual experience with the game. Like I don't even play the game every day anymore, but I still poke into it like occasionally, like every other few days or once a week or something. And it's like it's a very enjoyable experience because I don't have to worry about the gambling addiction part of the gacha game. I just get to focus on the game, the characters, the story they sprinkle in, this, that, and the third, and then it's great. And this is like, why does no one else do this? It's like they have all these other good qualities. They'll have a fantastic gameplay like Dragalia, or they'll have a great story like Fate and Granblue, and then it's like they have these awful gacha systems and everything else that's attached to it, and it's like, this is such a huge turnoff. How do people get stuck to these things?
That's the point. That's what I was trying to get to. Like the way FEH is formatted and set up, you have so many different avenues the game can explore to sustain itself. Like I was just trying to get to the point of that.
Well, see, the thing is, like, the fact that it's still doing so well, like, even though it's missing all these components that could make it so much better, like, just goes to show, like, how much potential this game still has. But, like, well, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, IS like is either holding it back or they're just dumb. Like they do, which
they're gonna keep holding back. They're gonna keep holding back until they fall out of the top 10 or drop into like the lower 20s.
So you think they're gonna?
They're like, holding off on. They're just writing whatever they're making right now until like they need to push something else into the game to bring revenue back up.
Okay.
That seems to be what they're planning.
Well, see, another point people argue is that, oh, FEH will never be allowed to push farther than the main series games because, like, it's not supposed to be a main series game.
It doesn't even have to push into the main series.
No, but that's what people are arguing, and that's what like they're.
But what's wrong with it being standalone?
No, but that's what they're assuming. That's what they're assuming, that it's going to take away revenue from the main series games, which is a stupid argument. But
it's the opposite. It's bringing revenue to the series. I'm pretty sure.
No, but what they're saying is, like, if they add all this content to FEH, like they add like a bunch more content to FEH, they're going to be like their argument is like, then why would anyone play the other game?
Well, that's
like, why would all these casual
games
players
sucks and it's actually worse than FEH? Then I can see that argument happening. Like, if we were to get something that was as conglomerately terrible as Fates again, then yeah, that game will fucking bomb because Heroes is better. But
what are you talking about?
Oh god.
Look, we'll have this discussion another day. But for now, roll with me. So, if the game sucks and it's worse than a phone game, then of course people aren't going to buy it. Come on.
But who the hell views FEH the same as normal Fire Emblem game? They are so different.
I mean, not unless you put it on Phoenix mode, and then it's the same thing.
Wait. Oh well, yeah. Okay. So going into that quickly. You have the permadeath differences. You have the castle differences. You have the hero differences. Like in this game, I mean, with merges, with the skills, whatever. It's so different. Narrative differences, the formatting of the game, where we have like random hero battles, grand hero battles, electric hero battles, ground hero battles, arena. Like you can play other players in okay, it's not even real time, but you can play other players in any of the other Fire Emblem games, with the recent ones at least. The way it's formatted here, you're going up against AI, and you have to just baby a hero through all of it because, you know, you build 3 heroes, but you just use Alphonse, Anna, or whatever. Arena Assault's different. There's no such thing as Ether Raids. How is it the same? How can even people look at it like it's the same? It's so different in every aspect.
I don't know. Maybe it's just Fire Emblem in name only. So it's like, oh, it's Fire Emblem. So it's like, oh, I guess that's going to take away from other games that are also named Fire Emblem.
I mean, you could argue. I don't know. You're right.
With that logic, probably, but it's very shoddy logic.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That logic doesn't make sense. So that's why I feel like the main reason is they're playing the long. Like, that's what I think. Like, they're playing the long game. They're holding back all this content because, you know, they want the game to last a while.
No,
the fact that it took them this long to put in Beast, which isn't that hard, clearly. They just throw together some PNGs, throw together some description, a few paragraphs for weapons, and then there you go, beast units.
Yeah, expand your tables a little bit for like the new slots
Okay.
for them.
Can we
But
just go back?
if they release the beast units like right away, then you see what I mean? Like,
Okay, I see what you mean, but your idea of long game is wrong. All right. Let me put it this way: you quit FEH. What will make you come back to FEH? Because, I mean, it's rhetorical because this will be different for everybody. But when you quit FEH, you're most likely picking up another gacha, or you're just done with gachas in general. In both cases, it makes it so difficult to come back to FEH. If they're playing the long game like this, they're gonna lose.
I mean, I heard from a lot of people that they started playing again just because the beast units came back.
Or like a specific unit came out.
Yeah, a specific unit.
But that's temporary. Your hype over a beast unit or whatever, that's temporary.
Exactly, and then they'll just keep adding things slowly, and you know, people will keep coming back.
But no, the same inherent problems that they quit for are still there. Right? Because that's
It is, but
It's
the
kind
thing
of like
is-
that with MMO culture. I get to use this one a lot, huh? You quit for a while, you come back for a new character. Like I picked up Elsword for like a week or two because they made Labby this new character who was kind of like this like fist punching lolly. You'd love her, Nemius, trust me.
okay, wow.
It was like the character type you had kind of always wanted, although it was a lolly and not like some cool dude. But it's whatever. You know, it was a fun character for those 2 weeks. I got her like a full gacha set of costumes and stuff, and then I dropped the game again.
Exactly. That's
I had my
how
fun,
it goes.
and that was it.
Yeah, but then if they have all this backload of content, like then they'll release the next lolly or whatever, and then you'll play again for like maybe a few weeks or months or whatever. And then you'll drop it, and then they'll release another lolly.
Okay, that's not sustainable. And the problem with that is eventually you'll just run out of characters. You can't keep indulging people with characters to come back.
That's what I'm saying though. Like
What are you
once
talking
people
about?
like give up on just characters, like I think that's when IS will finally be smart enough, or they'll finally drop some new actual content that's actually good. Because
That's
like
what it seems like they're doing is like
exactly like
periodically they'll drop like the bomb. It's like oh shit, this is good shit. But then
I mean,
like
'cause
kind of flake around with like some weird shit like Camilla alts.
like seriously, like
Things like that.
I just all I want is a Clash of Clans simulator in
What?
FEH. Like
Wait, what?
like where you
what?
you remember the survey though? Like, do you guys want villages
Yeah.
and stuff?
And they didn't
Yes,
do it.
I do.
You guys
Well,
want
Can we
Farmville?
have that? Okay,
like
you know what? I actually, yeah, I want Farmville. Yeah,
But
let's
like,
have that.
no, but like, see, Aether Raids is like, people will argue like it's such a it's a concept, but like, Aether Raids could be better if they implemented guilds, if they treated it like your base is like a clan, like your village in Clash. If you've ever played Clash of Clans, and you remember Guild Wars, like if they did it like that, like that's how I feel like they should go about the Aether Raid concept, where you build your defense map. People try to attack you. If they win, then your clan gets a point, or your guild gets a point, or something like that. You see what I
Have
mean?
it based on guilds instead of based on individual people.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to realize something. All this discussion we're having, why is ICE not having discussion? And if they had this discussion, why is none of it coming to fruition?
That's what I'm telling you. They're playing.
They're
the
holding
long
off
game.
apparently.
I know. They
according to
just.
Otaks.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's either that, or they're not allowed to like give us more content because Nintendo's saying no. We want the focus to be on the main games, not Fire Emblem Heroes.
You know,
That's the only two arguments that I've seen.
No, Nintendo would not do that. Number one, because Nintendo mobile sector, they make about 70% of their mobile revenue just from Fire Emblem Heroes. That would be absurd. They're gonna kill their main cash cow over the fact that they're worried about some console game. And by the way, FEH is wildly more successful and more profitable than any Fire Emblem game. People don't realize that.
Well, people argue like Nintendo cares about fun more than making money.
If that were the case,
Are you
first
nuts?
argument. I mean, it is true though. I mean, like if it was like if
I mean,
if
we
the-
got a
I think
new-
the mobile
we have
division is a
Doug
little
Bowser,
bit
though.
different.
We have Doug Bowser now, so maybe things will change.
Who knows? But
I mean,
that's just for Americans, branch.
Side
That
Games is
said,
pretty triggered with Nintendo's response, be like, "Yo, try not to make too much money." And then Side Games like,
Exactly.
"What
That's
the
what I'm
fuck?"
saying.
It was like Try not to try to empty people's wallets.
Okay,
That's
no,
not
see,
what we're about.
see, that's what I'm saying. That's where the other argument comes from. Is like it's also that.
No.
Like
no, that's a lie.
No.
Don't believe in the lies.
And that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
break it
saying.
down.
And that's what I'm saying, Nimius. Like it's either that argument or like my argument is that they're just holding out all this content that they have back. Like they keep telling us. Like even in the interviews, they were saying. We've thought about it. We've thought about implementing all these like multiplayer modes, all these co-op things. It's either
a recent interview said they were thinking of some co-op stuff.
If you guys read the articles, they were empty fluff articles. They didn't really give anything out. They're basically just saying we're doing our best. We're doing things good for players, and we're listening. They just keep repeating these points. They don't really prove it.
I truly do believe that they want to do a lot of things, but the big man is like. We don't know who the big man is, but somebody is putting a gate into these things and why it feels like we're getting drip thread content.
Okay, one second. Let me just put this in order. I agree with you in that from that perspective because it seems like in story mode they're scared to have too many lines. They're scared of story, right? And it seems like the game modes, they're scared of putting out too many different game modes, which is why they take so long to build them up, and then this is why their alterations are so minimal. But going back to the argument, like, they're not trying to make money. The way the game is formatted absolutely is all about making money. When you have a system where to even compete, like, in the top levels arena, ether raids, or what, well, for sure arena. If I want to get top 3K in arena assault, top tier 21 consistently in an arena, you need merges, right? And you need merges, and you need the skills, and then those things all tie back into building heroes, into summoning for more heroes. The problem with that is, you just saw it with this month. They literally just took away orbs. Like the way the game's made, set up to compete, you need a summon. To make the heroes you want, you need a summon. To get the heroes you even want, you gotta summon. And then,
well, I think that's the whole argument. Is that the game is still making the money that Nintendo needs, so that's why the argument is like Nintendo saying no, you can't add more, that'll take away from 3 houses coming up or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe that's why the banner is a month long. What's the date for 3 houses again?
July something. I don't know. Was it not July?
I don't remember.
I thought it was something 13th or something like that. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm getting a lot of vibes. Is it? Let me find out. Oh.
You want to check again? I could have sworn it was coming out in April.
Here's the thing. FEH has fallen behind Dragalia Lost in several months in terms of earnings, which doesn't make very much sense. But that's happened. FEH has gained less money from year to year from 2018 versus 2017. If there's somebody in charge and they're looking at this, and I'm a Japanese investor, I'm looking at like, oh hey, revenue just dropped 30%. Do I really want to throw more money at Nintendo when I just saw them make less money? Like I don't know how people go with this argument because it just doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, you
July
did say something a while ago about competition. What was that?
July 26th is the...
Okay, July 26th. Okay, we said something about Langrisser a while ago, how it was supposed to be competition for FEH. They are number 7 right now as of February 2019.
Yeah,
Langrisser. They're at 2.2. Yeah, they're at 2.2 with 103,000 compared to FEH, which is at 3.2 and 47,000. So they're only like about $1 million in revenue behind right now.
Mm-hmm.
So as Langrisser catches up, we might see more quality of life improvements.
Right.
I think so too. I think the problem as well, and I kind of see this with a lot of Nintendo things too, is they play too safe.
They play too safe, yeah.
It's like they're comfortable with what they have, so they don't want to get too much. But you can only do that for so long.
Okay, so one sec. I'm gonna go back to a big article showing up in December. They pointed out year to year, all right, month average differences. And in November was a 90% drop year to year. That is harsh, incredibly harsh amount to drop. And then completely from year to year. All right, so like November 2018 versus November 2017, that's a 90% drop. But year to year, you have something very similar in amount of money drop. So if they're playing this, if they're keeping this up, it cannot even get any clearer, especially to businessmen, that this is a decline. So if they're holding things back, I don't know what they're doing anymore. Because are they just going to wait till the game is dead before they do things?
Well, like TJP said, like it's kind of like maybe like there's this big man who's saying like no, like we can't add more content, like we can't do more stuff. So like they're pretend you're in their shoes and like the big man says fix it. So I guess their way of fixing it would be taking out the monthly orbs, like a few monthly orbs or whatever.
That's what it feels like at this point. That they...
I don't know. That just seems too tinfoil for me to believe. As far as content goes, as far as revenue goes, we've already seen the statements. Like Dragalia Lost Devs literally said, we would have did some more money grab and stuff, but Nintendo was like, nah, don't do that. And it's like I can see why they would do that for that, but for holding off content, it feels like there's an internal decision within IS that's like, all right, we're gonna put this off until we need it. Like they just got like a black box of stuff where if they drop low enough in revenue, they'll just open it and be like, okay, here you go. That's why they did. That's why they told us like what 4 or 5 months since that a Binding Blade banner was coming before they did a shitload of Fates alts. Like they are planning stuff out really far ahead, like, and they're definitely
exactly. So
I do see them being short-sighted.
If that's the case, should we like boycott Fire Emblem Heroes to like just force their hand to drop all this content on us?
You can, but good luck rallying a bunch of people to do that.
Oh my god, y'all sound like Tomer right now.
Oh god.
Oh my god. I mean, I still spend money in this game. Probably not as much as I used to, but.
Oh wow, I'm surrounded by whales. I just realized all 3 of you guys sped. I'm the only player here.
Well, I do not spend on this game anymore. Maybe
I mean that's kind of the reason why I don't complain about the monthly orbs, because like I miss out on some anyway.
That's precisely why I
don't
complain.
Like, I'm just too lazy to do the monthly quest.
But I can. Yeah, I am too. Oh, Jesus Christ, where have you been? But
I try. I'll get all of them.
Yeah, I try, but I miss out on like a few here and there. It's like, oh, I have to like kill this with this. It's like, oh, it takes too long.
I never do the training tower.
Okay,
yeah.
Now it's making sense to me why these arguments are coming through, because you people.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Even though I don't fully I can't fully be there with you. I get it. I understand. It does suck that you're losing all these free-to-play orbs, but I don't know.
Okay, let me just point out, just drop this fact on you guys.
Okay.
Until February, mid-February, how much has Fire Emblem Heroes has earned $500 million worldwide. That's a shit ton of money. But here's the problem: year 1, they earned $300 million. It's not hard to see. They're literally dropping a shit ton of money year to year at this point. It's just,
well, like the argument is, it's just like, don't fix it if it's not broke. You know?
But they're
like,
it's breaking.
It's not breaking to the point where they actually need to fix it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Because it's kind of like, see, that's a lot of money already for a mobile game. Making that much money, like, it's kind of like McDonald's, you know, like they don't have to worry about, like, kind of like that whole when McDonald's was on fire for like, oh, you're using all this garbage in your ingredients, but people still ate there because like the food was fucking good. Like it's good and it's cheap, so you know what I mean. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say to bat, but as long as there's that main, like that big group that still likes it, like no one's gonna care.
Well, as long as their bottom dollar is settled, they're not gonna care.
Exactly. That's how I feel Fire Emblem Heroes is treating it right now, which is pretty scummy, but still, like it makes business sense if they're doing it like that.
No, don't even say that. I'm a friggin' accountant. If I saw this on the financial statement, I would be all over them saying like, hey, can you explain to me why month over month you're like making less money than the year before? How can you explain away about 33% of your revenue being gone? Like, people will be all over them. I can't see it.
They could just be like, well, you know, we weren't expecting it to be this good in the first place. Like, that could be their argument. But like, it's a mobile game, guys. Come on, like, Why are you guys getting all crazy about it?
But here's the thing. People are pragmatic. You give that kind of statement, they're just pulling out. They're just selling their stocks, moving on to somebody else.
Do you not have phones?
Like that comment itself.
Shut up!
That comment itself cost Activision so much money. How much did they drop by again?
God damn it! Oh my god.
I'm actually gonna look it up.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we should move on from this topic. Like, there's nothing. All we can do is just hope for the best. Like I said, I'm still like personally, I'm still gonna enjoy the game. Like, if you guys want to quit the game, go for it. Like,
I'm not saying quit the game. I'm saying they gotta...
not you. Like, in general, like the people who are saying like FEH is dying, this game sucks. Like, okay, you can have your own opinion, but like, so far, like, I'm enjoying it for what it is. Still, like, it's still fun to me. But if it doesn't fulfill your needs and what like you expect from Fire Emblem Heroes as a mobile game, then good on you that you don't, you're out of this whole gacha hell.
But that's the problem. You can't
get out while you can. Trust me, guys. If
this doesn't have to happen.
The game is not fun. Leave. Trust me. There are so many games you can be playing right now that isn't hot garbage.
But it doesn't have to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Take your advice.
That's like gachas have broken so many people. Like, I don't know if you understand. Like,
no, I definitely do.
Actually, I kind of do feel like a bottom bitch when I play this game.
Yes. I have seen the FGO horse. I've seen the streams of people who spend thousands and they'll spend their whole rent and all their food for a PNG. And
exactly, that's not healthy.
Like, it is like, go outside, go to gambling counseling, get your ass off that phone. I mean, my god, I am so frustrated watching these people.
I don't know if you've watched any of my videos or streams, but like, my argument has always been like, it's not gambling if you know you're gonna win. Like, my luck is just my luck.
Look at somebody like
what?
Like,
that is.
I don't know if you showed up to, like, unfortunately, like, this was on Twitch and like I didn't have it to like record my streams back then, but like I remember streaming and it was my stream for my +10 Reinhardt. All right, and like. I think I went in with like around 480, 500-ish orbs, and it came out with like 24 5-stars. And all the pity breakers, like, they weren't even bad. Like, I got 3 Zelgias, like off-banner Zelgias. And I think that's one of the reasons, like, one of my friends kind of quit the game is because, like, he's been trying forever on.
It's because we flex too hard.
My RNG just flexed too hard on him. And,
weird flex, but okay.
So like, I don't know. Like, I can understand, like, if you're not doing good. Like, to be completely honest, like, I've had those banners where I reach, like, maybe from 3%, I go all the way to 6%, and I get nothing. The banner ends. But, like, if you're not spending money, then you should be okay. Like,
oh, no.
Yeah, it's not healthy. Like, say, like, you got 6%. Okay, maybe, like, don't fall into the gambler, whatever it's called. Like,
gambler high?
Yeah.
That's not even a gambler high. That's a gambler... That's a sunk cost. Whatever. Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, but yeah, and then just know when to stop, and then you should be fine. But like, most of the people who quit because of that, it's because they keep spending money, and then like they hit 6%, right? Then they spend another $75 just to get the 140 orbs or whatever, thinking that they're gonna get something good finally, but then they just get pity broken by some shit, and then like they didn't even come out with anything.
You're too focused on the summoning portion of the game, though. That's the problem. For most people, this isn't about the summoning portion of the game. For me, as a free-to-play player, and for a lot of people that I know, summoning is just like a nice part of the game, but it's what you do with the heroes that matters. People are just way too focused on like just getting the stupid heroes.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're building units, you still need these skills that will help you win.
And that's the inherent problem with the game. It's everything comes back to summoning, and as long as they stick with this, people will tire out and burn out. And they don't want to spend more money, and especially because they're pushing out new skills so quickly. Well, they've slowed down recently, but in the past 6 months, they pushed out so many new skills that basically seemed like they were necessary. And the BST hike as well, those heroes basically seem necessary as well. People don't want to like go into this system.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that that's what the argument was, that like they're gonna keep running this train until finally people just say, you know what, we're gonna boycott and then Fire Emblem is gonna be like, all right, IS is gonna be like, all right, here's your freaking guilds, here's your co-op.
It'll be too late.
You think it'll be?
It'll be too late.
Here's your Pent and Luis.
Come on.
And then Mangs finally quits in peace.
Okay. You should know as a streamer, when you just say something wrong, somebody will like not watch you anymore. They'll unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever, and they just leave. They never come back.
It's the funniest thing in the world to me. But yeah.
People only show up to streams because they want to get their units. Don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy unit reviews, but like if you're gonna like have your unit reviewed, at least like watch everyone else's. Like they just drop by. Here's my unit. All right, bye.
Okay, that's another argument. We're not going to get into that.
Okay.
That was
that's a whole podcast and a half. Let's be honest.
I want to go back to that gambling part.
But yeah,
I wanted to say one thing about, was like, yes, if you're like super rich, if you're like responsible with your money, if you're somebody like Lubu who's like, he has
Jesus Christ,
money,
bro.
He manages his money. The dude,
I'm
the
so
dude's
mad.
He manages his
mad.
money. He's really good at that stuff.
Wait,
I explain. He knows. I know. I understand. Like how he. Yes, I understand. Like, go look up his videos. Like, why do you spend so much money to be mediocre in a game? It's like, and his argument.
Who the fuck says that?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
I guess somebody said that to him, but it's like that video, the video he made about that made so much sense, and it's like you really get to see how what makes fun for a whale, and it's
exactly. Like for me, like what's fun is pulling these skills, these really cool units, right? Like they're really cool units, and people are like, God, I wish I had that unit, and then it's like, whoop, fodder to my 1-star, and they're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
just their reaction gives me a kick.
I'm kind of in that same boat as well. It's like I wail.
Whales.
But here's the thing. I wail for like a few units, and more specifically, I wail to give Nefni shit. And people look at me like I'm fucking insane. I'm like, what are you doing? I know I am, but it's like, that's why I have fun. That's why.
Yeah, that's the thing that gives us
that reaction is so great. And it's like, oh my god, this video is so cursed. I'm 10 seconds in, and you already fathered an Azura to a Shana. What the fuck? It's like, okay, first of all, I fucking hate Azura, and second of all, he has to get me the arena wins. But yes, it's very interesting stuff.
See, what makes Lubu's videos so fun is like he comes up with these like stupid these stupid stories that are really, don't get me wrong, like they're really entertaining. And then like he has like the 6 paths of pain with all his healer emblem.
He's
like,
a very entertaining person.
Yes, it does look like he has genuine fun with the game, and he doesn't throw all his money into a point where he has a gambling addiction or debt. He knows how to manage his money.
Yeah,
he knows what he can spend, and it's like, if people were more like that, then maybe we wouldn't have these problems in Gachas in the first place.
Hold on.
Well, see, not everyone has as much as Lubu. Like, if you look at all his recent videos, it's like, I spent $300 on Fire Emblem Heroes, and then like just a week later, I spent $300 on Langrisser. It's like, holy shit,
the multiple games too.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Okay, but going back on that, that's exactly my point, because you guys are looking at it from perspective of spending. There are people, I would warrant at least half the players in this game don't spend it anymore, or they don't spend anymore, or they never spent in the first place. There's a huge portion of players, and you need these players because you can't just make it a subscriber-based game. You have to spend to have fun in this game. You're gonna kill the game like that. Like the normal players who just play the game every day, you're gonna find people spending in them eventually if you do the right things. But the problem is, when you spend in this game, there has to be for a reason, and a lot of people are not getting those reasons, or at least not getting it justified. So one of the things are like competitive aspects, right? If you want to compete in an arena, you want to compete in ether raids, right? Maybe you realize, oh, I don't have these right skills. Oh, maybe you see like these teams that are so good, and you're like, if I had this, I could solve it. All right, maybe you spend at that point. But when you completely just make it all about, I gotta get this, then I can compete. When you're competing with your wallet and not your skills, people burn out, and that's the problem that they've created.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like we're just
I'm not
trying
gonna lie.
We're just trying to like.
No,
go for it.
I was gonna say, I did have that moment where I felt like, oh shit, I can actually do something in the arena. So a small period, I did have that point where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get this new shit, gotta get these new skills, I gotta stay to the top, and it got to the point where I did feel burnt out, and I'm like, fuck this thing. That's why I didn't do Arena. That's why I didn't do Aether Raid. I didn't do shit. But then it's to the point where it hit me hard. I'm like, I'm just gonna fuck around. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care. I'm not gonna follow these rules. I'm not gonna let them shackle me. I'm just gonna shitpost.
That's what I've been doing from the beginning. Is like I've just been focusing on having like as a person who spends money on the game. Like I see free-to-play players who make it to tier 21, who like because they were smart about which units to invest in. Like they've invested in these armor units, right? Or like they save up all their orbs so that they can specifically pull and plus 10 this one specific armor unit that's gonna do so well in Arena. And I'm like, all right. For me, like I'm building up my favorite units because like that's what I want to do. But then like I realized, oh shit, like I can't compete. Like I can't get into Aether Raid's tier 21 with this team. Like I'm still borderline like jumping back and forth from tier 20 to 21 in Arena. And like in Arena Assault, it's like whatever. You know, I just play for the feathers. So it's kind of like that for me. Like I just build the units because I like building units.
But here's the thing.
I'm like half and half on that, but I just got lucky because one of the units I heavily invested into ended up being a core unit for everyone's Arena.
Yeah,
which was
Gwendolyn.
pretty great.
Oh wait.
Yeah, Gwendolyn and Fang. I was like, people slept on them so hard. It's like, oh my god, you guys are crazy.
Nims, do you still not like Gwendolyn? Like Gwen?
Oh yeah, hell no. I'm so glad she's dead. Like you could go Effie now. Fuck her. Okay,
dang, I think Gwendolyn's kind of cute.
I'll admit she's a bit of
Gwendolyn's adorable.
I'll be honest, she's a cutie.
Maybe not with her base art.
Do you
maybe
what
not her
kind
base
of?
Art, but in general.
Do you like it when your woman don't even look like woman anymore? Oh.
Look, you just have a poor perception on femininity. You're like Quarter Pounder and his rant about She-Ra.
Have you seen her damage art? She got them thick thighs though. Come on.
It doesn't even.
She's got
the high heel armor, boy. Come on, you know you want that to step on you. High heel armored high heels. Come on.
What is up with that?
That is not even my. I didn't know that was my thing, but it is now.
God, all right. Oh, shit.
Hey, if it fucking works, why not?